different.
Yo, peace and black power. It's your brother knowledgebornallah. Do the Knowledge Radio. The place where knowledge is born.
Knowledge Radio.
This is 3K.
Think tank.
This is 3K. This is 3K.
I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. Who ran, who ducked, who down, return fire. We're the warriors, the healers, enlighten us.
It's just different.
Yo, peace and black power. It's your brother knowledgebornallah. Do the Knowledge Radio. The place where knowledge is born.
Knowledge Radio.
This is 3K.
Think tank.
This is 3K. This is 3K.
I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. It's where I swear that knowledge is on. Who ran, who ducked, who down, return fire. We're the warriors, the healers, enlighten us. I'm tired of the same old, that game old with an upgrade. I'm a sunbathe in the sun rays while my guns blaze and they complain. Devil my level not attainable. I'm metal, not malleable. I'm a man, didn't need that manual. Reparations is incalculable. Yeah, we wanted in blood, dead in the begging, head in the beheading, metal to the meddling. Members is aggressive, getting to the Armageddon. Karma, see karma when it comes to retribution. Catalyst in my clips and I use them on traitors and haters and the ones that spread confusion. Cause the devil's playground wasn't built for our amusement. Meet me at the guard hour. In these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter, spin like Beyblade. Impenetrable armor, Orient aura. This story, this saga get gory before it get calmer. Keep holding that revolutionary posture. 85 on dip and dodger, but when they get monster, they turn into MC Light, earrings, and become door knockers. I'm irate, they pirate the culture, send them to Davy Jones' locker. It's okay. Let them think that you lost it. Be patient, this type of thing you can't force it. Play possum, but not know out the road. And they can't comprehend cause the language is coded. We plan ideas and we plan explosives. Make your pockets go from more bits to more bread. The portal done open, they can't close it. You ain't got a sideline, you could cause more risk. No set birth date, no Dorian Gray portraits. It's about to get ugly and these devils can't forfeit ancestral memories, so no, I won't forget. What we building is an impenetrable fortress for sure. Every show is just like a courtship, and my flow for sure tighter than your gal's corset. It's okay. We are the source, you can't outsource it. Even Spartans don't want no parts, Neff. What do you know? Before you know it, 3,000 wild Africans at your doorstep. Meet me at the guard hour. In these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter, spin like Beyblade. No, we will not cower while the rest they play safe. We will move with God's power. This is not for play. Honor my ancestors, play the Orient day. Peace to you, loved ones, stay dangerous and stay safe. AKAs and AKs coming to make their caves cave. Wreck the race like take case, stay dangerous and stay safe.
Yes. Right back in time, right on time. We have T-minus 2 hours remaining. T-minus 2 hours remaining in the broadcast of the Godathon, because we're Godcasting on all frequencies and levels, okay? And I am so thankful to my mother, to my grandmother, to my great-grandmother. I'm so thankful to my father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather for this moment that I have right now with you. if you noticed, there was not any guests today because we weren't guessing. Okay, this was no guesswork today. Today was a day to appreciate the arts and the sciences. And when you deal with the arts and the sciences, oftentimes things get lost in translation if there's a lot of activity going on. So I had a moment to be able to rededicate this space and go back through some artful moments with our artistry and what the cultural mandate was and is and will be for Duke Knowledge Radio, supporting our art, supporting our artists, supporting our curators, supporting our cultural narratives, supporting our scientists, supporting our grand architects. So it was a beautiful 6 hours of getting a chance to renew our history and renew our cultural commitment to our arts and sciences. So in that space, we have a divine artist. We have a divine counselor. I'm going to share something with y'all right quick. When they describe Jesus in the New Testament, they called him the Wonderful Counselor. The Wonderful Counselor. And when I look at the African experience, I saw the intrusion of Western cultural imperialism with taking two divine roles that were given to us by our Creator and have them be usurped and smashed into one person in the education system. They call Jesus the Wonderful Counselor. But when you look at the school system, that role that was designed from a universal sense to be two was given and forced to one. So you have a guidance counselor in the school system. In the public school system, you have a guidance counselor. So you have what your father and your mother essentially in the African society is supposed to be for you. You have if he was rightly guided, he can guide you. If he was rightly guided, if he was on that path of right guidance, he can entrust to you with his words and his deeds right guidance. So a society of men would be set up in regards to your path into an actualization of what it means to be a man in that society. A rites of passage from boyhood into manhood. Now, in regards to your efficacy and your spiritual intuitiveness, you need a counselor. You need a divine counselor. You need divine counsel. So this divine counsel, indiscriminate of how best you try to hide it, because she shaped and fashioned you in her womb space, she knew you from your first heartbeat. And she can guide you. She can counsel you. You understand? She can counsel you in a way that you don't even know if you need counsel. You be like, Ma, I'm good. Ma, I'm all right. No, ain't nothing wrong, Ma. But every time something is wrong, before you became of an age where you were so independent, you were dependent on Ma for everything. Anything that happened, you fell, everything. All of these essence that we have. It was Ma, because Ma was heaven. Ma was heaven. So in that essence, we have Ma from heaven and earth here today to give us some divine counsel, some wise counsel in many facets of her expression. So we get a chance to sit at the feet of our mothers, because in the Islamic tradition, paradise is at the feet of our mothers. So we get to sit at the feet of our mother at this moment and then join in paradise in the form of proper counsel. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce to some and present to others one who is very, very multifaceted and multi-layered in her counsel, in her guidance, and swift in her love and correction. Because we say God is love and God is love, right? But in love, there's correction. So she corrects you in the most loving fashion, but it's swift. You understand? It's swift. And on this day of knowledge born, we're going to allow some knowledge to be made born right here in the form of one of my teachers, one of my supreme loves here on this platform. Our mama is in the building to give us a word of encouragement and correction. So, again, because my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some of the others, my counselor, who took time from her busy schedule right now to give us an impromptu word, because she loves us that much. Let's give it up for MaWu Lisa Temple's own Mama J. Rue in the building.
Peace, peace, peace. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and prosperity. Peace to the guys at Earth. Shalom. Hotep. All the words, yo. After that, I feel like, I swear, y'all be making me feel some kind of way with these introductions, man. I don't be knowing how to handle all that. But thank you for having me in your space today, Knowledge Born. It's always a privilege to come on Do the Knowledge Radio and any of its shows to support this platform. You know how much I love it and how much it means to me. How are you today, beloved?
I am in the best space possible at this present time. Okay?
That's a start. That's a start. Look, we can only go up from there, right? So
that's it.
Here we are.
And I'm feeling a little spicy because it's Friday. You understand what I'm saying? Just a tad bit spicy. Just a tad bit.
Well, you know what? It's Friday, and yes, you know, it's spicy day. Well, every day is spicy day for some people. So I don't know. You know, Friday is just another Friday to me. But no, it is a beautiful day. The sun was on forever today. It was beautiful and bright here up in the beautiful Hudson Valley where I am on the rock. And all I tell people is if it's hot on the mountain, I can only imagine what it is down in the valley. So, you know, peace and love to everyone dealing with this heat and this recent heat wave that we had. I am in the shop today, so please forgive my background. Looks a little raw, but I'm in here doing like Jesus, making things. So I'm working on some tables today. So I was in here sanding and cutting and doing all the things, having a good time, listening to some music. And now I am here with Do the Knowledge Radio, and I'm excited. So thank you for having me.
Your background is a little spicy, too, with the connection. It's a little spicy. When you start speaking and start chopping a little bit, I can hear you coherently.
Maybe I should leave and come back in. That's what I should do, maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Thank you. I will. Peace, everybody. Be right back.
We need to hear all of the words. You understand? We need to hear everything. I know that y'all can hear it, but I know y'all heard some of the stagnation up in there. You understand? And we don't need that when we receive a word. You know what I mean? We got about an hour and 45 minutes left in the cast. Okay? So we got about an hour and 45 minutes left. 8 o'clock. We out of here, and I'm sure we're gonna close it out with Jersey's dopeness. You understand what I'm saying? Jersey's Flyers. You know, the Third Eye Vision Mastermind. Jay Black will be in the building with us to close it out. You understand? So just be mindful. Just be mindful that we on the mission, and we got 2K left to raise. You understand what I'm saying? 2K. We made it to 1K, so I gotta clap that up right quick. We made it to 1K, clap it up right quick, and we just got 2K left. So, you know, call one of them ballers, them shot callers, brawlers, who be dipping in the bins with the spoilers on the low from the JK to Tory. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back. Mama J. Root is back in the building. Okay. Danger!
Is that better?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. I'm glad. Like I said, I am in the shop, so it's a lot of electricity popping. And you always know wherever I am, it's going to be popping anyway. So
That's a fact. That is
so, you know, the connection might get a little, just like
danger.
Me, so.
Yes.
But I'm glad to be here, Knowledgeborn. I really do love being on your platform and all the things you have going on. So thank you for having me.
That's good. This is a place where the stories are told and knowledge is born. So
yes.
It's a gestation space. You know, it's a womb space, a mental womb space, a spiritual womb space, and a physical womb space. So yeah, it happens over here. What's up with you? Talk to us about you. Talk to us about some of these dimensions that make you great. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
you got so many dimensions, okay? Talk to us about these dimensions.
No way. Cut it out. Cut it out. What I do want to acknowledge first is that you have been doing an amazing job in raising these funds to do the work that you do. Anyone who was listening to the sound of my voice, I don't care if it's $1, I'm going to need you to go ahead and send that to knowledgebornallah and do the Knowledge Radio to help with this platform to continue doing the wonderful things that it's doing on and off air. Some people talk just online. This man is out in the world doing the things. And, you know, part of what I do want to talk about today is some of the efforts that he's done on behalf of the youth in the community. You know, I've been following the Godathon since he started. I'm glad that he's raised this 1K, but 2K is needed still. So get on your jobs. And I'm not playing. For real, I know where some of y'all live at. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, what do I have going on? So right now I'm in the studio, the art space, and this is where we had the car show on Saturday. So Stock Life Customs and Stock Life Custom Designs had me build a transformer table for them. So that was a lot of fun. I did the build in 13 days, which is a record for me. So I'm feeling some kind of way about that, mashallah. I was able to get that done. So I'm excited. I have a couple of other projects coming up in the shop, and some stuff in preparation for some events we have coming up later this year and also next year's car show. So that's what I have going on in this space.
So how did you get involved with that, if you don't mind sharing a little bit?
Well, I'm a woodworker. I love working with but I'm not just a woodworker. I love working with my hands. I love building things. I started out making toys and dolls and things like that. And I don't know, all the other things, jewelry, you know, just making things, quilts. And I love to quilt. I hand quilt and I machine quilt. So that's a lot of fun. Something I learned from my elders, my ancestors, grandmother, mother, aunts. is quilting, and I love to teach quilting to young people and older people who are interested in carrying on that tradition. So the opportunity came working with the car show because I love working with cars. For those who know me, they know that I am a little bit of a grease monkey when it comes to my cars. I'm a little bit meticulous about my cars, and so wanted to be able to work on my car more. I spend a lot of time at the shop, and so they told me they wanted a table built. And so since they had a car show coming up and I am a movie geek, I said, well, why not a transformer table? And I proceeded to create one.
I love that. So I saw some of the reflections. I know that the reflections don't do the actual craftswork any justice. I know that the time and, the God hours that you spent, some folks say man hours. You can't do God's work in man's hours. You see what I'm saying? So you did them God hours, night and day, early to rise, late to rest, early to rise, late to rest, and with all of those things there. So in that mental, metaphysical womb space, to the physical toil that was necessary and the stress and the strain that it put on, what was it like after it was done? And then were there moments in the process where you asked Allah Ta'ala, like, yo, son, like, what's good, son? Like, what's good? Like, what you want from me? You understand what I'm saying? And if it was in that space, like, how did you overcome it to do the impossible in 13 days?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. Thank you so much. And I'm laughing because I am meticulous about my notes. So all through my process of creating, I start with the concept. I go in and I put those ideas down. And then through my process, I take pictures and make notes, if it's a good day or a bad day or whatever. So the night before the full moon, I'm a full moon person. So the night before the full moon in Aquarius, I went to go do a pour, and like $80 worth of epoxy went like pouring to the floor. Like, well, it didn't even go pouring to the floor. I couldn't figure out where it was going. So I'm just watching it go, and there's nothing I can do. So I took a moment. You know what I'm saying? The moment, and I went outside and I saw that beautiful full moon, and it was just like, you know what? It's gonna be all right. Much like life, sometimes things come at us fast and hard before we can even grasp what's going on, and we just got to take a breath and recognize, get back to nature, and recognize that this is part of the process too. And it actually presented me with the opportunity to do something more with the piece than I intended to in the beginning, and also open the door to some more ideas for other builds. So it's been a great process. I cry when the wind blows too hard. I am a sensitive soul. So, I cried a few ugly tears when all that epoxy went pouring out. That was like $80 I didn't plan on, but I was still able to get the build done with a pretty decent budget. And the response that I've got to it has been really great. And I look forward to taking it on the road and showing it at some point in our other shows, upcoming shows.
I love that. I love it. I'm telling you. I know August isn't over yet, but I know you got some secret cheat code, intuitive, spiritual rationale, because August has been punching me in my face, my mind face, and my spirit's face, okay? So from my looking to my unseen face, August has been punching. I'm not going to say everybody. I'm going to just say me, okay? I'm going to just say me. What August, what am I missing in the briefing?
The lion came running through. The lion came running through, man. The lion came through just smacking everybody with his paws. The universe been putting paws on us, man. So, it's been a little bit rough. And like I said, we had that full moon in Aquarius. So, that energy right there is about upheaval, but not only upheaval and disruption, but shaking up things, making us, take a look and step outside of the norm. We get so caught in, routines. People are so boring. They become so common. It's why I spend a lot of time by myself, because it's just like, and it's not even a judgment thing, but time is so precious that you don't have time to waste it on people who do not fully grasp life and want to do life affirming things and talk about life affirming things. And so that's why I appreciate this platform, because, the people that you have on this platform, they are about that affirmation of life, and I'm here for it.
I love that. So how do we survive the rest of August and thrive through the rest of August without paw prints and maw prints? The maw prints and the scar prints and the scar face and the scarred soul and the tatted rags and all that. You see what I'm saying? We get mauled and hunted. You see what I'm saying? Mauled and hunted. So, what's the survival tactics?
It's something to be said about a sexy scar. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple of scars, but we still gorgeous. And so, it's one of those things where life, life be lifing. So, it's going to be a few bumps and bruises along the way. But these are things that help to shape and mold our character. Clay doesn't get shaped and formed without some squeezing and squishing. So we didn't squeeze and squished. That's all. Some more than others, but some are going to be different kinds of masterpieces, and some will just be cutting pieces. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Okay. I see Shannon, he in the building, in the chat. No Ideas Original. So when you was talking about originality, when you was talking about, for lack of better words, mastering the mundane, they got the formula over there. They got the blueprint. They got whatever color they needed. They New Yorkers, so they might got the orange print or the Nick print or whatever. You understand over there? But they got it. You see what I'm saying? They the Vine Brothers over there. So check out No Idea Original Podcast. Those my podcast brothers.
Peace to the chat.
So they got that going on over there. And, you came through on the love, and so did he. He busy, he tired. You busy, you tired. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, y'all still came through on the love. It means a lot. It means a lot. So
wow, we appreciate that form. So that's why we're here for it, brother.
So you deal with every aspect of the natural, from the holistic natural to the adaptation of the natural resource. Is that fly? Is that fly? Did I articulate that a little bit? Like just the insight in regards to your holistic natural capabilities. Let's go right there. So we'll do it in a compound fashion. So you said that she was a Greece goddess, because I don't know nothing about that monkey shit, but you said she was a Greece goddess, so you was intrigued on the inner workings and the design of craftsmanship and the automobiles, right? So now the inner workings of the earth and what comes out of the earth. Because we was in the stars for a second. Could you just hit me with the star explanation? So the celestial to the terrestrial. What was so attractive about the terrestrial space that intrigued you to want to learn the inner workings, to transmutate it into some healing property?
Uh, I love nature, and I'm a nature woman by just, I mean, from the time I can remember, I love being outside. I love talking to the trees and the plants and the birds and whatever else is out there. I got a bear that's a nuisance, but nonetheless, I just love being outside. And what I find is that, you know, we are so programmed to the material world where we have these, you know, luxuries of going out and being able to buy everything. You know, I spend a lot of time like in nature, so growing food and building my own things is important to me. Knowing how to do it, whether I do it or not, is important. Knowing how to survive in the wilderness is important to me. So it would be only natural that I would seek out, you know, medicines and things of that nature. You know, before I got to spend a lot of time in the woods and things like that, I was in the city, you know, shout out Jersey. Boop, boop, boop. But I was in the city. And so a lot of my study just came from being in the parks and things like that. But since I'm able to travel a bit and get out into different environments, learning to work with different herbs, some seeds, like dandelion and things like that. I think Dr. Sabi, you know, and Dr. Afrika and others who came before and laid down some of the framework for us to study these things that we were told have no use. So, wanting to be able to heal myself and serve the healer community, I had to go out and learn and know on my own. I am an Aquarian, so knowing things is very important to me, to have an investigator, human design. So knowing and investigating, I don't take nobody's word for nothing. I could love you to pieces, but I need to find out for myself. So that's one of the things that has gotten me in trouble a little bit in my lifetime because, you know, like my mama said, a hard head make a soft behind. So, but like Charmin had like a tank, you know what I'm saying? But it's fully loaded and always seeking that we can help myself and help others to love. You know, I always say help myself because, you know, having health issues is what usually stops healers from doing their work, from getting out and doing their work. So again, MaWu Lisa Temple serving a lot of the healers. I work with those people myself, work from sun up to sundown. I get up, you know, I got my nickname Rue as a rooster because I'm up early, you know, so I'm up early and I work late, and you didn't like being in this shop until 2, 3 in the morning. It's a vibe, you know. And so what I tell people is just important to know your
She warned y'all about that electricity, okay? That electricity is electrifying, okay? The electricity is electrifying. And she was about to get into the parts where I was already going to get into next. You see that? Mind that tech mind, that's a powerful thing. So, MaWu Lisa Temple, she was about to get into the mandate, get into, you know, working with the healers. You understand what I'm saying? So she got that electric charge. It was like, shoo, okay, that jolt. You understand what I'm saying? I told y'all that her correction is swift. You understand? So she said she know where y'all stay at too, by the way. That's what she told me. You understand what I'm saying? She had told it us at the same time. So she is back.
I'm back. So I told you that electricity is real. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, zzz, you know. But all I was really saying, it's important to know your environment, and that's one of the reasons why I studied herbology and I, study agriculture and things of that nature, horticulture, permaculture, and I spent a lot of time out, like I said, with the trees. And when trees go down, a lot of times we have a lot of people up here that burn wood for heat, which is fine, or use it to build things, which is fine. But a lot of times they just put it in the chipper, and I could not see the trees on my property. I had a beautiful ash tree go down, and it was one of its kind on the east side of the property. And so it was already very special to me because roses grew in it. So when it came down, I decided to take it and make pieces for special people, not only in my life that I had in my life already, but people that I followed in the world that, in my opinion, made a difference. So I started creating with that wood. So I don't waste anything. I work with a lot of reclaimed wood. Why a lot of my pieces sell, because people really appreciate the fact that I take something that was quote unquote garbage and turn it into something beautiful.
Bars, okay? Bars. I was on Rebel Vision TV yesterday with the rebels, you know what I'm saying? I was over there being rebellious. You see what I'm saying? And I was talking about the clean glass, dirty glass significance that the X movie had provided. So, when people wanted to get deep, like, see, it's the dirty glass in the clean glass. I'm like, what? So they're like, yeah, it's the dirty glass in the clean glass. And, you give people the choice. They're going to pick the clean glass, but otherwise they just deal with the dirty glass. All right. We got one existence, but we got two glasses. So I'm like, all right, let's look at this. If you got a dirty glass and you got a clean glass, you can look at that and be like, yeah, that means you got options. Or you can say you got a dirty glass and you got another glass that's about to be dirty. The dirty glass got dirty from neglect. So you about to have two dirty glasses. So you ain't feel like cleaning the first glass. You damn sure ain't gonna want to clean the second glass. So you gonna have a table full of dirty ass glasses from neglect. Or you're gonna look at this dirty glass in this putrid, wretched state that it's in, like our ancestors, like our elders, like yourself, like those wisdom and divine ones that are amongst us that could see us in this ailing state, see us in this putrefied, wretched of the earth state, and say, all I need to do is this, the prescription that come along with that sight beyond sight. So you can see it as it will become and as it once was, and discard what it is and how it may appear, how it may present at the present time. So you get that Dove or whatever the cleaning solvent, whatever the solution is, and you begin to scrub. You begin to clean. It hurts. Understand? Healing hurts. All of this process right here, but it's reforming it and bringing it back to its pristine glory. You see what I'm saying? So that those pieces were connected and attached to the beautiful earth. And now it's disconnected. This is why it looks putrid. If you're not connected to source anymore, it looks as if you had fallen away from it. So it deteriorates over time. So it looks like neglect. It looks like death. It looks like devastation. But it returns back into the earth, and Mother Earth receives it and puts it in a space for it to be recycled and reused. So something may appear to be in a dead state. Something may appear to be in that glass space that was dirty, but then you could reshape it and reform it. See, look, I'm telling you, it's electric today. It's electric. You know what I mean? So definitely wanted to share that little point in regards to that. And when MaWu get back, we're going to talk about MaWu Liza Temple and some of the other things that she has going on. Want to have those relatable experiences in regards to what she just created and what she is providing. And, this temple, because we hear it, in passing, but we want to give that space to be able to share that story, out of that necessity. You know what I mean? So I see Rebels Roundtable own is in the building. You understand what I'm saying? My brother King Water, aka Kenny King, Ken, A Kill is in the building. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Rebels Roundtable, where the rebels gather round the table and plan, plot, and strategize. So my root is bad. Root.
I'm telling you, beloved, it be that electricity. They be knowing what it's about to be. They be knowing what it's about to be. But I love that that analogy you gave us there with the glass. And you know me, I'm a sideways thinker. Sometimes, getting to my point nonetheless, so shout out to that Aquarian energy, sideways. But anyway, I look at those glasses, right? And I think of I look at two other options of the way to look at that glass. One, these two glasses are both you. They are both yours. Yeah. We take one and we recognize that bacteria sometimes is used to create a medicine that's necessary and needed to heal the whole of the body. So when we see this putrid thing or this decayed thing, it comes from something that was once in there that was good. You know what I'm saying? Something once in there that was nourishment. That's why it was in the glass in the first place, because it was something that was being used for nourishment. Now, again, it was left sitting. So nothing was done with it. So, you know what I'm saying? It just sat and it turned into something else, but its essence is still the same. You know what I'm saying? And when we build from what we have, no, we don't want to pour anything to a dirty glass, but I can guarantee you that if you pull it out, examine it, you'll find some things that are of use, and you can clean this glass and then invite in something new and nourishing for where you are in your space, right? The other place I like to look at that from, is that same process, but instead of waiting to see what will be filled in that space, inviting in someone, you know what I'm saying, or someone's energy. A lot of times we forget we are not on this mud ball by ourselves. Our brothers and sisters are here, for us to be able to verse together, because when you and I verse, what else is there? You know what I'm saying? So, when we are lacking, it's because we are lacking, and we will not invite somebody into that other glass. So this is why being open and vulnerable, even in the midst of all that's going on, is important, because you can be missing the opportunity of a lifetime, allowing someone to pour into you.
Pause. She and I are criminals. Look, something great in the chat. You see what I'm saying? Your Aquarius brother over there, that Aquarian. You know what I'm saying? We got the Aquemini personified up in here. You understand?
Yes.
What I'm saying? Only when we together. When we ain't together, ain't no time.
It's some other stuff when we ain't together.
Other. We understand.
Other.
So
shout
before
out to everybody in the chat, I can't see who's in the chat, but shout out to everybody in the chat. I feel bad sometimes because I don't navigate these interwebs as good as I should. But
it's all
shout
good.
out to listening and watching. And don't forget to donate to this cause that Knowledge Born has going on Do the Knowledge Radio, cash app that knowledgebornallah, you know what I'm saying, or hit him on that PayPal. He trying to get this $2,000 up. That is not a lot of money. All these followers, all these shows. Do you realize this man has given us 7 years worth of shows? You know what I'm saying? We can listen to a show every day for the next 7 years and not run out of shows. 8 years and not run out of shows. One every day, mind you. So, get on that. Support this brother. Show your love. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody.
Sure. So before it get electrifying again, MaWu Lisa Temple, give us the tea that you can share with us about MaWu Lisa Temple. You understand what I'm saying? Because we be wanting to know. Like, we see it. You understand? We see it around. We might have just thought it was your name. You understand what I'm saying? Like what the business is. You understand what I'm saying? What the business is about to tell.
So MaWu Lisa Temple, like I said, MaWu Lisa Temple is located here in the beautiful upstate New York, where I am, and we also do some work in North Carolina in the Raleigh area. So the formation of MaWu Lisa Temple is a humanitarian effort of the New Ancient Order of a Mexican Holy Temple, which I am an elder. Our efforts in the community have been to assist individuals, families, couples, teenagers, youth, but especially like a little bit older teenagers between the ages of like 17 and 23, because they are still teenagers at 23. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. But even groups and organizations. So a lot of times we're asked to come into spaces and help to facilitate workshops in personal and professional spaces. Just recently, I've done some work with the Ag Department in Cornell University Cooperative Extensive up here. So working with farmers and things like that, because again, our goal is to help healers and the people that are growing our food. If they are sad, our food is filled with sad. So we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So helping people that help people is why MaWu Lisa Temple was formed.
You made it. It was already getting electrifying of the electricism, okay? It was already trying to do a little something over there. So yes. Now you have a call to action. With the last few minutes that we have, you got a call to action. Talk to us about the call to action. You said you was in need of some folks. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about whatever you need to talk about in the realm of call to action with people calling to act. In addition to this call to action that we got already created for this 3K for 3K, what? How can we help you? What do you need? What do you want to call attention to in regards to, your plight?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you again for having me on this platform. So first and foremost, my call to action is that people continue to watch Do the Knowledge Radio and all the programming that they bring to us on the daily, regular, and this special programming like this. So thank you for that. And thank you for the work that you do in the community. And my other call to action is during Human Rights Week, we here at MaWu Lisa Temple, we have taken a week in December to dedicate to human rights. Unfortunately, many of our youth don't know their rights. And so we are calling on leaders, community activists, mothers, fathers, those who just want to be involved, sisters and brothers with knowledge of self that would like to help the youth in the form of a talk virtually. So for anybody interested in helping with that effort, please email me at mawulisatemple@gmail.com or hit me in the DMs on Instagram, mawulisatemple1, to let me know that you'd like to be a part of that. We are taking applications only because we like to make sure that the information is not doubled up, tripled up, because if it is, then that way we can panel some people together to talk. But right now we are looking for about 5 to 7 speakers for December 5th through 9th of 2022. Before that, in September, we are doing a mini virtual talk during Suicide Prevention Month, and that's September. So the second weekend in September, we are going to be doing a small virtual talk about those caregivers who work in the spaces of suicide prevention and mental health awareness. So right now, that's all that I have going on. You can always support any of the programming we have at MaWu Lisa Temple by go ahead and get us in the DMs or email us or hit us on our Cash App at $ MaWu Lisa Temple. And we appreciate all donations, large and small. If you'd like to donate your physical body, your physical strength, we are always working on community projects. If you are in the New York area, New Jersey area, Pennsylvania area, territories, if you are in these places and you want to be of service to MaWu Lisa Temple, to me, please let me know, and we will definitely be able to talk about some of the things we have coming up, especially with those spring bills, because those spring bills are really, really physical. So I thank you for the opportunity to let people know what we have going on here in the beautiful Hudson Valley.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about right there. So a final word of power, a final word of resilience, a final word of strength, a final spiritual word. Wherever you need to go to do what you need to do, give us some of that J Root. You understand? Give us some of that J Root knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay? Speak to us. Take your time. Work with us. You know we're a little slow. Work with us a little bit. Okay? You know we're a little slow.
Well, you know what? I thank you, that you even value what I have to share. A lot of times, a lot of the work that we do in the community goes unknown to many, and we work really hard. So I thank you for acknowledging the fact that I do have something to share. My last words today would be love each other. And the way we love each other more is by loving ourselves, and loving ourselves, while it can look like the things of getting your hair done, nails done, everything did, while it can look like, a brand new car and all that stuff like that. Really loving yourself is taking time to enjoy your process and all the changes that are you, even when life feels like it's smacking you around. If we would stop and examine it, what's going on, we'll find some real beauty in those lessons. And in that beauty, we start to recognize that our sisters and brothers may be going through something similar or something worse. And so we have to have a little grace with ourselves and with each other. So I would say have grace, show grace, show mercy, love each other. And just remember that you shape and mold your reality. And if you choose it to be hell, it will be hell. And if you choose it to be paradise, it will be paradise. And I always choose paradise. So I tell you to love and choose paradise. Stay open. I know it's hard. When you stay open, somebody could punch you in the face, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You learn to take a punch, but nonetheless, you still continue to love. And, just know that love is a defense as well. It's a shield. It's a shield, and it's an elevator. It's a sure tool to growth. So love on yourself and love on those that's loving on you, whatever that looks like.
So they got them buttons. They be pushing them buttons. I want real applause. I don't want no buttons. You know, you push the button. Oh, let's applause. Yeah. No, it's not the same. This is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just kind of make a clap. You know. You know.
You are a fool.
So we did all of this God person, and you thought you was about to leave out of here without telling us about the spot. You know what I'm saying? In the virtual space that you provide in regards to that. You know, it's all good. You know, I got a spiritual text. Yeah. It was like, she thinks she's about to get up out of here without telling us about the spot. What's going on with that? She said, that's all I got going on currently. Blah, 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 blah.
You know, I would tell you, it never gets easy for me to talk about myself or what I got going on sometimes. So sometimes I'll be trying to sneak out. I'll be trying to get away. But thank you for the reminder. Yes, we do have the spot on Clubhouse. For anyone that has joined us or has not yet and are on Clubhouse, please do come through the spot. On the spot, my name is MaWu. And, you know, the spot is the name of the club. And we have some pretty awesome talks on there. We just recently did two series on, well, two episodes on emotional intelligence. So that was a lot of fun. Knowledgeborn, you really added value to both of those rooms, both of those discussions. Sister Raina, brother Nick Westbrooks, you know, Sister Foxy Roxy came through, a couple of other people, Sister Selena and Gabe. So, I mean, people were coming through, you know, Brother Jay, you know, from down in South Florida, you know, came through. So it was really good. And we had a great time. And we talk about, you know, things that are pertinent to the community, pertinent to us and our growth. And so emotional intelligence is one of those things where you hear it being thrown around, but very few people in our community are sitting down and giving it any weight, you know, and they'll say things like, well, here's another system, you know, to judge ourselves by that wasn't written by us. But what I tell people is, you know, you take what you need and get rid of the rest. It don't matter. Stop looking at the messengers and take the message. You know what I'm saying? That's our problem. We always looking for somebody to be the messenger. Like, yo, learn to read nature. Learn to read it all because it's all there for you. What you don't see is because your eyes are calloused over. Take the calluses off your eyes, you know, and the potatoes out your ears. Close your mouth and pay attention, you know. So at the spot, though, this is one place where you are able to come and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Again, you know, email me, mawulisatemple@gmail.com. or get in the DMs at mawulisatemple1 and tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us what's on your spirit. You know, if there's a topic that we can discuss, you know, with a panel we already have, great. If not, we will put a panel together for you or let you bring one. This space belongs to everyone, just like Do the Knowledge Radio platform. It belongs to everyone. So please come through the spot on Clubhouse. You know, get at us, volunteer, you know, for some of these things we have going on. What will people say about you when you are no longer here? Will they say that you were a nation builder? Will they say that you were a person of the community? Or will they say, yeah, they just existed. They was around. They did some things and that ain't here. You know, think about your legacy, people. You know, think about your legacy. It's important. What is your body of work? What is it? What are people going to remember about you? You know, so when you think about these things, I think it would make more of us, you know, get out there and, you know, be a little more vocal. I know the world told you you're not supposed to talk and you're not supposed to do things, but trust me, there are people that are creating spaces just for you to be your whole self. Come and be your whole self. Heal out loud with people who will love you where you are and where you're going and will help you get through where you've been. That sounds like a clip, didn't it?
I'm telling you, it was like, it wasn't no, it was so,
Because I feel that way in my whole heart, man. I feel that way in my whole heart. I love us. I love us, and I want us to always be our best versions of ourselves. You know, when my brothers and sisters are shining, it makes me want to shine more. You know what I'm saying? Not in competition with them, but in unison with them. Like on some Care Bear share kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can all just get our little shine on. You know, and I know that sounds very utopian and very, you know, kumbaya to people, but I'm an Aquarian. What do you want from me? With a Libra rising, I'm all about that unity and justice. Sagittarian moon will come and tap that ass if you try to do anything else. You know what I mean? So my thing is, let's do this. Let's do what we know how to do, which is rally together. You know what I mean? And just put our egos to the side for a second and be vulnerable with each other. Come talk about what's on your mind. Talk about what's going on with you. You know, stop keeping things a secret. You are only as sick as your secrets. And that's why half of y'all running around here putrid on the inside, because you won't invite nobody in. Some of us are professional cleaners. That's what we do.
Damn. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I'm loving it.
Everybody in the chat that is listening to this, just know, you know, this is what we do. This is the kind of conversations we have, even when nobody is watching. So that's why this is so natural, because we only talking about the things that we always talk about, which is uplifting our community and nation building. So thank you, knowledgebornallah, for having me and for always being so gracious and uplifting the Black woman, the goddess, you know what I'm saying? The Nubian woman, the original woman, whatever words we want to use, people. You know, I don't do no semantics about them words, but I will say this: the womb man, the one you can thank everyone for your navel. Yes, that woman. I thank you for always uplifting us and reminding us that we have a place not only on this platform, but in this world, and creating what we want it to look like, and supporting our men and bringing them back to the natural balance of divine masculine, divine feminine, and doing the same for our sisters. This is part of our birthright. This is what we are supposed to be doing. This is the design. This is it. You said in the intro that was so beautiful. The architects, we are the architects of our reality. Please, people, recognize that we can create a paradise right here. So get on your job. And if you need some help, ask me and I'll tell you what you can do.
Yes. For reals.
Tell you how you can be a servant.
For reals. Okay. For reals. For reals. Okay. Yes. Ru, I thank you for your time, for your jewels, for your wisdom, for your correction. I'll tell you swift. Like you didn't even know you got corrected. You said, wait, correction? Like when? When did that? It already happened 8 times already. Oh, all right.
Well, I love us. So
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Understand what I'm saying? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Whoever you is, because we can't see you.
Because I can't see you, but thank you.
All right. Look, we made it to 7 o'clock. We got an hour left. Okay? We got an hour left, so Jay will be here in a second.
Thank you. Well, everyone, remember, support Do the Knowledge Radio. Hit that PayPal, cash, $ knowledgebornallah, or that PayPal. Come on now. Do it. Cash that PayPal. Hit him up. Let him get this 2,000 up. He's doing things in the community. Let's support that. Our youth need this support, people. Have you looked at the children today? Hello. So let's get on it, y'all. Do your job. I know you live.